point number 20, you have to ensure that the brake of your vehicle is very good, right? You have to make sure that the brake of your vehicle is very good, right? Or then also you have to check, you have to make sure that you tie all losing load in your vehicle. You have to tie all this load that is in your vehicle. Then if you have a pallet, right? You know what is a pallet? The pallet is like a board. If there is a pallet, you have to make sure that you tie a pallet very strong and hard in the middle of the vehicle, the trailer. You have to tie it there very tightly, because why we are saying this thing, for you to tie every items that you have in your vehicle, it can help the vehicle it can help the items that you are having in a vehicle from not moving from one side and to the other. If you tie it in the middle, so at the longitude of the vehicle, so your vehicle will be at a safer space. If maybe you are at speed, you brake, these items that you have in back of your vehicle will not come in front, and maybe it can lead to accidents, right? Then point number 3 and 23, you have to make sure that all these pallets are arranged, right? If it cannot block the dashboard, right? If it cannot, they all should be in a rack, right? Then point number 22 says that in some cases, it may be necessary to divide the load into 2 or more stakes to crown if it's effective, right? So the lash, you should use a lash also to tie it very nicely, right? Then point number 3 says that you should have a separate lash made from each roll or coil, right? You should have a separate lash that you use. If you tie one load in one space, you make sure that you tie it like 3 times. It will be very necessary, right? Then point number 24 talk about transportation loading, right? Transportation loading. Then point number 25 says, are any twist or lock engaged in these transportation containers? Like if you have a big containers, right, you have to make sure that you put a lock. There is a lock that you can put on both of the side of the container, right? Then also point number 26 says, where the building cannot be where the building cannot be blocked again, the headboard, right? So the headboard of the vehicle should not be blocked. Like where you look behind, it should not be blocked. Your mirrors or these things, all items that you have in the vehicle should not block these things, right? Then point 27 says, where the twist lock are not fitting in empty container cannot be restrained. So that simply means that you have to tie this container. If you have a container or a house that you want to, like those portable houses you want to put back of your cars, your container or your trailers, you should make sure that you tie them in 4 ways. You tie them in 4 ways for you to protect it from not moving from one end to another. So what I'm saying all here is all about safety precautions, things that can protect your vehicle and protect the life of people that are around that area. So if you use these precautions or this precaution in loading vehicle or truck, it's very necessary to take all of these things into consideration. Check your brake and check other things, how you tie your items that you have in your car. So I'm going to highlight some of the questions that you're supposed to ask yourself, about 10 questions. Number 1 question says, is the load are properly tied by the vehicle and the load are secure or equipment are secure? That is number 1. Number 2 says that a vehicle load restrained, that the vehicle tie, the structure attached, and also the loads are secure in the equipment, that the serviceable and functionable. This thing means that if the loads are very tight in a good way. Then point number 3 says the vehicle loads are restrained in a structure or attached, or the load secure equipment are suitable for the application. Then point number 4 is the size or the type of the vehicle or the position of the vehicle can handle the load that you want to put in the vehicle, right? Then question number 5 say you have to check the load. If the load can be fit or can be tied in the vehicle, the truck that you want to load this item. If the item can fit in that truck, you have to ask yourself that question, right? Then you have to check the load. Every time that you remove any items from the truck, you have to check the load. Or you have to go like 1, 2, 3, 4 miles. You have to check whether the loads are in good condition in the back of your vehicle, right? Then point number 8, you have to do visual inspection on the chains and the hook. If you have any chains that you use to chain the vehicle, you chain the items that you have behind your vehicle, you have to inspect if they are still in a good condition, right? Then point number 9, you have to check the chains and the strap. You have to check them. Then also point number 10, you have to do inspection of chain and strap and the hook for any damage, right? So all what I'm saying here is those are the things that we're supposed to check for in vehicle, in bigger trucks, most of these big trucks, right? So most of the trucks that are moving from one city to others, so these are the things that they're supposed to check for. So I'm bringing all of these things to people to understand that these are things that they're supposed to check for in every truck or trailers, right? Because this one can help to save lives. And if someone have his transportation company, or you are working for every big organization that have transportation, or every industries or company or factories that have their own vehicles, so these are the safety precautions they have to look for. So I stop here. Thank you very much for listening to my videos, and hope you subscribe, and I'll be making more videos. Thank you all.